Heads up, everyone. The following is not safe for work. You're watching the spoiler alert.
Do the hustle! Do the hustle!
Hey everybody, Justin St. Louis here once again for the spoiler alert, and that special theme music can only mean one thing. I'm doing the hustle tonight with Sebastian Lacaze. But before I talk to him, I have a couple quick announcements I want to make. With the Indie Soap Awards quickly approaching, I do have some special episodes lined up for you. Next week, you can catch out my spooky chat with Steve Silverman, who is the creator of the highly anticipated series The Inn. He, of course, is also the creator of Pretty, which has won a ton of awards and is nominated for 9 Indie Soap Awards this year, including Best Web Series. The week after that, I have a ton of cast and crew members from The Bloody Mary Show who will be joining me. The Bloody Mary Show premiered this year, has picked up a bunch of fans already, and they are taking the web by storm. They've also picked up a staggering 9 nominations at the Indie Soap Awards, including Best Comedy Web Series. So you definitely do not want to miss out on those episodes. Okay, so today I am talking with Sebastian Lacaze from Hustling. This is one of my favorite shows on the web right now. It is a very intimate character portrait of 40-year-old Ryan Crosby, who is an adult film star and male hustler. He has found a new passion in his life, is trying to break free from the industry, but fortunately for us, he keeps getting sucked right back in. This week is the Season 2 finale of Hustling. They have picked up 7 award nominations for the Indie Soap Awards, including Best Writing, Best Drama, Best Lead Actor for Sebastian Lacaze, Best Soundtrack, Best Supporting Actress for Daphne Rubin Vega. Check out the trailer for Season 2 and get all caught up in the drama.
You've got to be kidding me.
I made empanadas.
I haven't heard from my mom in 20 years.
You look just like your father.
I knew you were just gonna shit all over this. Your mom is a piece of work.
You were honest with me.
Well, that will never happen again.
You're crazy.
I'm just looking out for you.
Who's Ryan?
It's just one of the gays from the salon. Just let it go to voicemail.
You go to cooking school?
Something like that.
Good for you.
How can you give all of this up?
My name is Boyd, and this is my wife, Catherine.
You think you can introduce me to your agent?
Absolutely not.
Trainers are the first thing people come back on. So spending your money on steroid pills was a good idea.
I worked an Acropolis party last night.
That's a beautiful tattoo.
I think the date rape drug is a liquid, so you wouldn't see anything floating in it anyway.
I had my restaurant. I love to cook seasonally, and it was on my menu every winter. The sunsets were epic.
Where are you going? It was just getting good.
I'd like to welcome Sebastian Lacaze to the show. Sebastian, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Yeah.
Is it snowing down there in New York right now?
No, it warmed up, so the snow has all melted. But I haven't really been outside today because I'm editing the season finale, so I'm almost done. So I've just been like tied to my computer.
When will the season finale be released?
Hold on, let me check.
Because there's only one more episode left, right?
There are 2.
Oh, 2 more.
Yeah, there are 2. There are 10 episodes total. So let's see. Where are we? This week. This is the 30th. So I guess the 6th of February.
What kind of spoilers can you give me? Any little teasers?
Let's see. Gosh, something does happen in the finale on with the mother. Storyline is not complete, so I can tell you there's a little something to look forward there.
Your mother played by Sharon Washington, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Really, really great.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. I'm so happy to have her. I mean, I was just so lucky to that she loved the script and wanted to be involved. Most of the cast are people that I know and are sort of in my circle of friends or I've worked with over the past and stuff. But she was someone I didn't know at all, and casting that role was hard. So I reached out to a casting director friend who I know is a fan of the show and who has cast me and stuff, and he sent me a list of some names, and she was one of the first people that I looked at, and her reel was incredible. And so then I just sent a blind Facebook message to her, pitching the show and some links and scripts, and she responded right away and said she loved it, and talked it over with her peeps, and they were all on board, so she came and played.
Very cool. So what happens to her in the season finale?
Something.
Because she's going through a pretty rough time right now.
She is, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
over at Harbor House.
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, I think that's sort of like, it's a bit existential in a way and philosophical, kind of, the whole show, because it's really like every character is sort of like trying to answer those questions, those human questions of who am I and how do I fit into the world, and how can I change my life, and what do I care about, which I think is why it resonates with people. Is because we all ask ourselves those questions, and there's not an easy answer, and I think it's a struggle, for everyone. It's a hustle for everyone.
Let me step back for 1 second, and for viewers who might be new to hustling, just give me a really quick sort of premise of your take on the show.
It's about hustling is about a 40-year-old hustler who's also been working as an adult film star for 20 years. And at the start of the show, at the start of season 1, he's in crisis because he's has reached 40, and he just feels that something inside is changing. A shift is happening for him, but he just doesn't know what to do. So that's how he starts his launch he launches himself on this journey to sort of affect change in his life. But through this journey of self-discovery, he uncovers this passion for the culinary arts, and there are lots of sex romps and interesting situations along the way, and he's always sort of getting dragged back into his old life as he's trying to fight his way out. I was in LA for a while, for about 6 months on and off, and I came back to New York, and I was really inspired by LA. Had an amazing time. It was great, and I had known about web series before then because of some other people in the theater. And musical theater and Broadway and stuff, and which is sort of where I started my career as an actor, was in theater. And for some reason, when I came back from LA and just so jazzed up about film and TV and stuff, I started looking again at web series and just looking around, and then discovered that whole world. Like, I had just known about the Batteries Down and Submissions Only, which are the two of the musical theater ones. And then I discovered Blip and just saw all these shows, and I was just so inspired. I was like, wow, I should do something. I should do a show. But I knew that I didn't want to make it about a struggling actor or an out of work actor. Because people were doing that, and some they were doing it well, and I just wanted to do something, not that. So when I was in LA, I had met a couple adult entertainers, as one does when they're in LA, and their stories were kind of interesting to me. Some were different ages. One was young, and one was like 30, and they both had different perspectives of the business and how they fit into the business. But what they both shared in common was they both wanted out, but they didn't really know how to get out of the business. So for some reason that just stuck with me, and so I was trying to think of what I was going to write, and those stories popped into my head. And I was like, okay, well, why don't I apply that to, I had just turned 40, so I was like, well, why don't I make it like about, make him a 40-year-old hustler and porn star who's reaching that point and wants change, and who's struggling. So I didn't make it about a struggling actor. I made it about a struggling hustler porn star, basically. So I could still infuse a lot of my own struggles and questions and stuff in it without it being, someone who's like, going to auditions and doing all that stuff, and also sort of expands the reach a little bit and it's not so inside, business-wise.
I love the detail that you go into with this series. You really took your time, you can tell, to do your research. You talk about things like Caverject, or
Right.
and then that great bathtub scene afterwards.
Yeah. Again, that was actually a lot of this stuff, not everything, but some things as most writers do, just pull it right from real life. And that was a story that one of the guys told me. So I use that, and most of the things, the storylines and stuff, like the Supper Club. I was trying to think of it was super important for me when doing this, especially season 1 and even with season 2. Like I didn't want to make it too big, whereas I couldn't produce it. Like that was the whole. The main thing that was so important for season 1, especially, because it was like, I just had to be able to make it. So it was so simple in the sense of it was I wanted the story to be meaningful, but it was just like characters, a couple characters in every scene, simple locations, no crowd scenes, no this, nothing like really big production wise. And so in season 2, I still wanted to do that, but still expand the world more. And I wanted to do some sort of restaurant, something, but just wasn't sure how I was going to be able to produce that. And then I was thinking, and then for some reason the Supper Clubs popped into my head, and then I started doing research on those, and it just seemed like it was just the perfect thing.
We're also seeing this season. Season 1 sort of was our introduction to this world, to a lot of these characters. Now we're seeing these relationships really develop, and every character is so complex. How is this affecting Ryan's journey? And I'm talking specifically about his relationship with with Rosa, who's definitely Ruben Vega's brilliant in it. Your relationship with Liv is certainly changing and developing, and then you've got this exploration with Julian going on. So how are these sort of shaping up his end game, your ultimate goal of trying to get out of this world? And
yeah, it's interesting. It's cool because season 1 it was really all Ryan's POV, and then this season it's not that way at all, which I love, because then as a director I didn't have to be in every scene, which was really great. The relationships. Well, one thing I will say is that I made him gay for pay because I felt like it just offered me more range story-wise, and I wanted to, I just thought that was very interesting psychology of someone who identified as straight but then would cross the line to have sex with men for money, was just sort of interesting. And then I wanted to explore that side of that character, his sexuality. Because I don't necessarily think that sexuality is just so black and white. A lot of people think that. Of course, the Kinsey scale and the variations of sexuality. So that's definitely something I had thought of when I started season 1, is that I wanted to explore all of that. And as far as how those relationships are affecting Ryan, it's a good question. I don't really know. I don't think I really take everything sort of I took first season like, okay, season 1, okay, that's done, now season 2. I'm not sure I have like an overall, like, I'm not even sure yet where season 3 is going to go.
Okay.
So
there are plans for a season 3.
I hope so, yeah, for sure. I want to, but it's like once I finish season 2, then it's like, okay, which is kind of crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm editing the season finale. It seems like we were just shooting it, or I was just starting editing the first episode. It's just so crazy. And then, soon it's going to be a memory. I go like season 2, check, check, that's done. It's just crazy. So once that's done, I'll be able to start thinking about the mountain that is season 3.
You're going back to the Indie Soap Awards this year.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of nominations.
Yeah, 7.
Including Best Drama, Best Actor again. I mean, some really big ones there.
Yeah, I was thrilled about last season, the last year's award, and so shocked that I won. I mean, because we were like, the new kids on the block. It was our first season, and I felt like we got there, and we just were a small group, and we didn't really know anybody, and they said my name wrong a couple of times, and we're sort of like a whole comedy of errors, leading all up to when they said my name. So I was totally in shock. And up until this point, I've never been, recognized for my acting or nominated for anything, let alone win anything. So it was all a shock. So this year again, I mean, I was blown away at the support and acknowledgement from the Indie Soap Awards. And I think I love that Best Ensemble. That's really super exciting, because even though Ryan is the hero or the heart of the show, I really do love to create these rich characters for other people to come in and play, and they are such a big part of the story. So I'm really happy that the ensemble was recognized. And then I was also super surprised about soundtrack, which is really cool, because the music is really a very important element of the show, and I do spend it's important for me to find the right music always.
Mm-hmm. What are you wearing? I gotta ask, because last year your outfit was probably the most talked about.
Gosh, I don't know yet.
Nike suit. I'm gonna show a picture of that, but
yeah, thank you. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I know as the pressure is on. I'm not sure what I'm gonna wear yet.
It's gonna be hard to top last year.
Yeah, that jacket is pretty special.
Finally, I got a question that I got from one of your fans. You know Steve Silverman?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to send you a Facebook friend suggestion later. Steve Silverman is the creator of Pretty, which is a toddlers and tiaras inspired series.
Oh yeah, I know the show. Yeah.
Yep. And then he also has a new series called The Inn, which is more in the sort of gothic horror genre, which will be premiering February 4th, I think. Anyway, so when he heard that I was interviewing you, sent me a little Facebook today, and he's got a big man crush on you. And basically, I said, post your questions, I'll ask him. He says, why hasn't Sebastian run off with me yet? So he's in LA right now, but he'll be coming in for the ISAs. So maybe you can face him and answer him in person.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I will. I'm processing.
Absolutely.
Can I have one little plug I have to do?
Absolutely.
I have another web show that I didn't write, but I directed and I shot. And as soon as I'm finishing editing with Hustling, I'll start editing those, because we filmed all the episodes already. And it's called He's With Me. And hopefully, I'm not sure when to launch, but look for that coming soon.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sebastian.
My pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of the evening, and like I said, I will see you in a couple of weeks, okay?
All right.
You can check out all of the action at hustling.tv, and also while you're there, visit their Facebook page. Make sure you click like. And don't forget, I've got a couple big episodes coming up, so if you have questions for any of my upcoming guests, Steve Silverman or the casting crew of The Bloody Mary Show, or if there's a show or particular guest that you would love to see on the Spoiler Alert, go ahead, leave me a comment on my Facebook page. Make sure you click like while you're there. I don't know why you wouldn't. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can tweet me. Of course, please come visit me every week over at The Entertainment Experiment. It is the first place that you can see brand new episodes of the Spoiler Alert. That's going to do it for this episode. I'd like to thank my guest, Sebastian Lacaze from Hustling. Please watch the show. It is definitely worth a peek. And as we roll the credits, I'm going to play a song from the show. This is the video from Dev Linnell for the song, I love this song, Chin Above Water. Until next week, everybody, stay safe, and I'll be watching the web for you.
Chin above water, baby, drown your sailing with your sorrows. Let the aching, pounding heavy in the center of your body. Let it drain your body new from the emptiness that is you. Let it fight the urge to give up and sink in endless sink into the disappearing blue, into